we tweeted out we were going to have him on, and a lot of people have been asking. And Kang, that should make you feel good because you've been gone for almost 5 weeks. And
No, it definitely does, guys. And I miss talking to you guys, man. I miss seeing you guys. I haven't been on the air so long. I'm kind of nervous right now, guys. It's kind of weird.
Don't screw up.
All right, don't swear. Get the dump button ready.
Right, yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, so how you guys been, man? I heard the show's been subpar for the last 5 weeks. What's going on?
well, we've been playing shorthanded for sure.
Like a 1-3 start you guys have started off to here.
Yeah, it's our fault. Tell us how this all, because it started with your daughter with a bad temperature.
So, yeah, just to let people know how this, and we're pretty open on the show, you, me, and Gator. Some things have to remain private, but this is pretty serious, and obviously everyone is dealing with it one way or another, whether you know someone, you got it, or you just go out, leave your house and just see, people in masks. It's all affecting us, right? So it all started the weekend before Labor Day. That Thursday, I came home from work, and my daughter had a fever. Okay, she's under 2. This happens, to a lot of babies and toddlers that they get sick, they have fevers. So, no panic or anything like that. Call the doctor and just keep her monitored, baby Motrin or whatever, right? But since she had a fever and what's going on right now, I talked to you guys and our bosses and said, hey, maybe it's better I just stay home, not come to work Friday. Fevers are contagious anyways, whether it's COVID or not. So I stayed home. Her fever went away after a couple of days. And then Sunday morning, I woke up with like 103-degree fever. And I'm like, whoa, okay. Monday was Labor Day, so we were off. I had already scheduled Tuesday off. By Tuesday, my fever hadn't gone away. Talked to my doctors, and we decided to get tested that Wednesday, and I tested positive. And that was the fourth day of my fever. I had a fever of 102 or 103 for 11 straight days.
Wow.
I mean, it was brutal. Physically, obviously, it was bad, but mentally, guys, it was getting to me. And you guys know, you guys were texting me, you, Gator, Evan, and sometimes I wouldn't respond because I'm talking, I hated giving you guys the same update every day. It's not getting better. I feel the same. And you start counting, like, what day am I on? When does this thing break, And what can I do? And it was, like I said, that was 11 straight days of a high-grade fever before it finally broke. I had pretty much every symptom except for vomiting. I'm talking body aches, headache, loss of appetite.
Taste and smell.
Taste and smell. Shortness of breath. Not like very, I didn't have really bad breathing problems. Otherwise, I would have been admitted to the hospital. But that's the thing about this disease, guys. The treatment is the same thing. I mean, we just saw what happened with the president. I mean, I know he got some steroid stuff and some experimental cocktail or whatever. But other than that, vitamin D, zinc, melatonin, rest, Tylenol fluids. I quarantined for my family in a guest room, and you go crazy. You can't sleep. You're fatigued. It was honestly, we've all been sick before. I've never been this sick for this long. It was brutal. And not just for me, but my family too,
So
having to deal with it.
You said you had to quarantine. So you were, were you able to see your daughter at all during that time?
So she broke her fever right before me, and then I got it. So first we're like, did I just get a fever from her? That's why, and plus you do want to wait to get tested. I think there's like a sweet spot of 3, 4, 5 days after exposure, so you don't get like a false negative. So she was fine after that. But I didn't know what was going on, so I stayed away from my wife and my baby. Okay, quarantined in a room. After a week or so, my wife started having some cold-like symptoms, and so she decided to get tested. She tested positive. Now, this is a crazy thing. Like, listen, we all know, we should know by now, everyone's going to react differently to COVID. Some are asymptomatic, right? They don't even know they have it. They could go around spreading it, have no clue. Other people, unfortunately, pass away from this, right? I feel like, the majority of us are going to get sick, just to how degree. And that's where I fell in, I think. So what happened was, once we found out she tested positive, Gator, she's like, listen, I'm already positive. I think you can leave the room if you want. If I had left the room for anything to go to the bathroom, I would wear a mask. But at that point, we kind of just it's in the house. You know,
Right,
no
you
one
guys
was allowed
had it,
over.
and- sure.
Yeah. So she actually did okay. She had a couple of days of chills, but she was much better than me. I was the worst. And my baby, knock on wood, had been fine ever since.
That's great.
Well, it's scary, and I will say yes. Texting you at one point, it became clear that you were not yourself. Because we kept checking in, we kept looking for updates. We kept looking for good news. It took a long time. You will not be back to work. We're hoping Monday, because you had to test negative, and
And then we
company
want to wait
policy sit out. Was it a week or 2 weeks after you test
2
negative?
weeks, 14 days.
Two.
Yeah, another
Yeah.
14 after I tested negative. So I did test negative, by the way, over a week ago. So the goal is, you're right, the goal is for me to come back on Monday, October 12th. That'd be more than 14 days since my negative test. I feel better, you know. I was a little fatigued every now and then, but, I mean, who knows? That's another scary thing about this, virus is we don't really know the long-term effects since it's so new, you know. This isn't the flu, okay? If this is the flu, guys, I've had the flu before, okay? If this is the flu, this is like the flu of Barry Bonds was in Pittsburgh. This is like the flu on steroids. This is Barry Bonds in San Francisco, okay? Big bulbous head, like intentionally walking when the bases are loaded. This is like some kind of flu then, because I was wiped out. And more than just wiped out, did you guys ever have a fever for 11 straight days?
No.
I mean,
No.
you feel like your mind and your body is just like overheating every day, and there's no break. Tylenol and Motrin and all the other stuff they tell you to do, you're lucky if you get a break. I mean, at least I was, So you're right, Doug. Mentally, it was breaking me as well.
How do your abs look? You got some good
My
abs
abs.
coming in? You lose some weight?
I lost 10 pounds because of zero appetite. When my wife would force me to eat stuff, I mean, it tasted like nothing. So, I'm just trying to get fluids and get some food into me. But, yeah, I mean, it was a rough go for a while. This is serious stuff. And listen, I wasn't hospitalized because basically you only get hospitalized if you have severe, like, some kind of breathing problems. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't have that. It was just like, hey, hopefully your body develops the antibodies at some point, and you break this fever, you start to recover. And that's the horrible part about it. If I went to the ER, they would have looked at me. I would have waited hours probably, but then they would have looked at me and been like, all right, well, you got to go home, take some Tylenol and rest. Unless you can't breathe, unless we have to give you oxygen, there's not much you can do. And then on top of that, so not just I wasn't hospitalized, so it doesn't matter if you're hospitalized or not. This can affect you pretty badly. It's also the domino effect of me. Guys, I haven't been to work in 4 or 5 weeks, right?
Yeah.
You can't work. You have to have friends or family bring you food. I couldn't help my wife take care of my daughter. Do you know what I mean? There's just so much going on. This affects it's not just you, but everybody. And it was bad, like I said. And I was just going crazy and not feeling well. And
Do you have any idea where you were exposed to it?
So, yeah, we started thinking because I wasn't living in fear of the virus, but I definitely lived in respect of it, right? You guys know I haven't eaten in a restaurant, like sat down in a restaurant since March. We'll get carry out, and whatnot, but I don't golf. I don't go to the bars. You go on social media and you see everyone just out there, or at least on my timeline, having a good time, and I'm like, how did I get it, right? So you start to think, like, where could I have gotten this from? Man? Maybe someone from asymptomatic or whatever. We do have 2 grandmothers and an aunt that come over and watch our daughter while my wife is working from home and I'm at the station. It's possible one of them was asymptomatic and got it and brought it and gave it to my daughter. I mean, it's the only thing we can kind of think of right now. Because by the time they got tested, they were negative. So, I'm not sure. Or it could have been when because I have gone out and got carry out. I did go to the grocery store and things like that. You just never know. I mean, I wear a mask everywhere I go. But that's the thing about this, I mean, you could be safe and still get it, and you could kind of live recklessly and not get it. But, you don't want to tempt fate, you know what I mean? So I'm not sure exactly, but that's the scary part, right?
We certainly have missed you, and your absence has not gone unnoticed. Every day, kind of to tell, well, he's out this week, and
Yeah, I felt bad for
it's
Evan
been-
probably having to like tell everyone.
Yes.
He'll be back sometime.
Yep.
Company policy, guys. Sorry for everyone that called.
Well,
me.
people on Twitch have asked, ad nauseum on it, and I get it. And we couldn't say anything, and I think people understand that. But glad to hear you talking now, and glad to hear that you can be able to hopefully come back on Monday, and you can. It's a tale. It's something that you can tell people about. That it's no joke, and it affected you severely. And this is one of the cases we kept talking about all summer long, right? I mean, you're a younger guy, you're in great shape, and you got it, and you got it bad. We're not bad enough to go to the hospital, but 11 days of a fever is no joke.
No, absolutely not. And I'm still feeling the effects, guys. I still can't. I have not fully regained my taste or smell. We might have to start a new segment. If can Khang smell bad, along with the gator eat that, because I want to smell something. I don't even care if it's horrific.
I think Evan would really be into that, and he'd like to share a studio with again and ask you, can you smell that?
Evan would have carte blanche on the farting. I wouldn't know the difference.
The hot box
I can
behind
see
the
it
glass.
already.
Yeah.
We'll get the open cut for Are You Going to Smell That? So,
Yeah.
well, we're glad you're feeling better. Certainly as happy that your daughter and wife are doing well as well. And we'll talk more about it next Monday when you're back in studio, and look forward to it.
Yeah, I can't wait to be back. I miss talking to you guys, miss talking to listeners. But it just kind of reaffirms. Sometimes it happens in everyone's life, maybe a few times or whatever, car accident, sickness, whatever. But listen, if you're not healthy, you can't help anybody. You can't help yourself. So health is the most important thing here. And just stay healthy, we'll get through everything else. You know what I mean? But if you're not healthy, you're not going to be able to do anything. And I wasn't able to do anything. I felt like I was letting my family down, let you guys down, So it was really bad for me. I don't wish that upon anybody. But yeah, you just never know. You said it, Gator. I'm in decent shape. I'm young. I don't have any other underlying conditions. So, and it got me good, man. And scary part is I don't know what the long-term effects are. So I'm hoping I'm okay long-term.
All right. Well, just get back so you can fire Patricia, and we'll move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
And
Quinn
see the
Whisperer
effect of
cannot
Evan.
smell.
No, the Quinn Whisperer cannot smell right now. No. Or taste.
Evan's eating vegetables all week long, too, for his stupid
Oh,
shoot the boot bet.
what?
So, yeah. Yeah, I know.
Cauliflower.
All right, buddy.
Vegetables?
He's,
Uh,
He's really
glad you're
partying
doing well.
back there, then.
yeah, exactly.
yeah, he will.
All right, buddy.
We'll
Get
see
back.
ya.
We'll see you soon. I hope you're feeling
All right.
better by the day.
Thanks, guys, man. Miss you guys. All right.
All right, King.
There he is, the update on Khang Huynh, our producer, and doing much better after a month-long battle with COVID. And I know people have been asking. Glad to update you finally on what's been going on.